of punish potential, which is something that he was lacking with his sword. We kind of mentioned it in the set, right? He was going for these downlights when the opponent was in the air, and unfortunately just didn't quite work out. With Axe, not going to be an issue. You have a big enough hitbox that you can punish someone who is in the air.
Now, when they met in Spring Championships, I don't remember exactly if they went into the mirror match, but Dummy did 3-0 Elsom in that. Okay. So this is definitely the salty run back from like 4 months ago.
Woo! That's a lot of salt on that one as the NSIG gives Dummy the first stock. Clean and going to row a boat just a little bit. Honestly, probably like the least salty emote out there. Personally, I think the OEL salute, that one makes me feel a certain kind of way when someone does that to me after getting a game.
Yeah, if you tilt me in ranked, I'm angry. Like that, if the taunt comes out, I'm not having a good time, no matter what taunt it is.
You know, there aren't certain taunts that you're like, okay, that was a little mean, all right.
No, absolutely not. Every single one is mean, and I don't like it, and it hurts my feelings. And Dummy is definitely putting the hurt on Elsom's stock, and probably on Elsom's feelings as well. We might see a Ragnar swap very quickly. Oh my gosh. 3-stock
at this rate,
potential so real from Dummy right now.
What do you swap to? Elsom hasn't even had an opportunity to play the Katars and say, okay, maybe, you know what, I could stick with the Katars. Or maybe I should stick with the Axe. Instead, it's maybe I should stick with getting hit less, because right now Dummy is just doing all the damage.
That's true. It really doesn't matter who Elsom switches to, because every character has unarmed in their kit, and if he's unarmed the entire game, it doesn't really matter what character he's playing.
Oh, a nice D-Sig as Dummy peaked a little too high. Will deny the 3-stock and maybe halt some of that momentum of Dummy. What a he just ran to the other side. Like that was an anime person seeing a horror movie, just like running away.
Nice D-Light Dare. Goes for the very delayed neutral air. I don't think he had a D-Light Dare true combo for a third follow-up off of that, because Elsom was still in the orange, so he isn't quite going to have the stun time that he needs.
Elsom starting to feel his Katars a little bit, still taking the brunt of the damage, though.
Weapon control and choice going the way of Dummy. Recovery off the top. That is a 2-stock for Dummy. Big way to come out here.
Yeah, this is Dummy saying, all right, this set's over. Let me go on to fight Doggo. I'm guaranteed top 3. And, man, Elsom is going to need a huge change-up. Even when he was finding some momentum with the Katars, it was nowhere near the same pacing as Dummy. Like, that's Elsom with a horse and buggy versus Dummy and a V8. Like, that is just a race that is not going in your favor.
Now, you look at the light attack count. 71 came out from Dummy. He hit over half of them. That is impressive.
Conversely, 54 thrown out by Elsom, 20-something% hit rate. That is unfortunate and a little bit painful.
Now, Elsom is still going to stay on this character, but is swapping back to the Raphael skin that we saw him do work with in the previous set. Interesting choices coming out for Dummy, leaving Small Brawlhaven and Demon Island up on the board. We'll see which one he picks. He's definitely thinking about this one.
That's where he went wrong. He didn't have the power of pizza in game number 1. And he's going to hope that the pizza and the shurikens are going to be enough to help him out in game number 2, as he didn't like the maps that were banned, but it's going to be Apocalypse for game number 2.
Well, as they say, money is power, power is pizza, and pizza is knowledge.
I don't think I've ever heard anything past the first phrase.
Well, you're not. You don't exist in the same circles that I do. It's a Sigma phrase. You probably haven't heard.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm definitely a beta. I'm definitely out here in the lawnmower discords. You know.
Oh,
dug down. Missed the Sair though, so Elsom will get back up safely. Good damage being put out from Elsom though, or sorry, Dummy still. Gonna sit on the corner for a hot minute. D-Sig immediately as Elsom peeks up too high.
That's embarrassing.
Good patience from Dummy. Doesn't hit the Nair though. He's not getting the completion.
That's the dodge too. Didn't even need to have the dodge. It didn't matter. D-Light side air from Dummy to take out Elsom's first stock just in the yellow. We're seeing a repeat of last game.
just complete control coming out from Dummy. Opted to switch to the sword for the matchup into the axe. A little bit too high for the bounce for the D-Light down air. Couldn't get a third hit off of it, but still damage is being done. Oh, okay. Interesting up toss coming out from Dummy off the D-Light down air.
Oh.
Not a common follow-up there.
What a great fastball from Dummy out of the neutral signature to get over to the wall. Completely avoiding Elsom's punish. Nice spot dodge there as well. Dummy's just playing too clean.
Oh, but he is going to eat the weapon toss from Elsom. Did not dodge in time. Elsom still manages to pick up the guitars, but that was the most inefficient weapon swap possible as the weapon spawn is going to come out, and Dummy should be able to pick it up. Yep, the side light guarantees it.
Oh, immediately punishes the landing. His little tootsies touched that soft platform, and he was already getting recovery.
Yeah, each of those little piggies went to the market, and unfortunately not going to come home on that one. Dummy, full stock lead over Elsom now. This is looking real good for the Dummy fans.
Those little piggies did indeed cry wee, wee, wee all the way to the blast zone. Dummy with a full stock lead here. Got to be feeling good. There is a weapon spawn. Elsom looking like he wanted to move over towards it.
Who likely wanted the weapon swap there. Dummy's been doing that a lot, where like he gets a string and they'll do a weapon swap into a pickup immediate attack. Down air into nothing coming out from Dummy. A little bit of hesitancy or maybe just kind of playing with his food. Down Sig and Dummy takes game number 2 in convincing fashion.
Dummy's hitting down sigs. He's hitting them real
and they're
well.
not just random down Sigs.
Shadow, please take note. You should be Peepo G'ing right now. I know we don't have that one available in chat, but definitely
You're
should
beef
be.
with Shadow.
I'm mad at him today. I'm very angry.
You're the disgruntled parent who's disappointed in Shadow coming home with a C on his report card. C in signature hit rate, by the way.
Nah,
50%.
I tell you what, like no, that's a B. We grade signature hit rates on a curve. That's a B.
Yeah, that's fair. But here we go. Game number 3. Elsom reaching deep into the pocket's going to bust out the Fate. Didn't like the guitars, didn't like the X. Instead, liked something completely different and recognized that Doggo's Fate works, so maybe Elsom's will.
In Spring Championships, this was kind of the third pick that Elsom was going through. Started on the Asuri, then moved to the Jiro, and then ended on the Fate. See if he can find something here. Just kind of floating around. Can't seem to find the way in that he wants. Dummy already has Elsom in the yellow.
Who went for a jump read there. Burned a lot, but still got back up safely. Getting some decent damage. Goes for the GCN light, but Dummy with the punish from behind.
I don't know what that neutral sig was on the right corner. That's like, that's the Boomy signature when Stingray was above the left soft platform in Miami Dome during Pro Series.
Throwing out a lot of N-Sigs from Elsom, but they're just not connecting. It's a good Sig for Fate, but you can't just throw them out willy-nilly like that.
See if Dummy can punish the
Sig.
landing. He can't. That's one of the few landings back to the stage that Dummy has not been able to punish. Does still find the KO, but we're definitely seeing a major shift. There isn't a gigantic lead coming out for Dummy this game. It's a small lead.
Yeah, Dummy definitely not running away with it the way that he was in Game 1 and Game 2. Good dodge to avoid that down air, though. Likely would have been pivoted to the outside again. Dunk down. Complete whiff, but Elsom cannot punish from below. Elsom, it just hits a side air. Needs to get this stock.
Playing safe on the corner. Not sure if he wants to throw out those dares right over the corner or if he wants to bounce it so he can grab a recovery right as Dummy would move over that corner, maybe.
Good movement from Elsom, but unfortunately just not able to get those punishes on the whips from Dummy. Nice two-piece. Oh, wake up, moving forward, gets caught. Dummy getting more and more damage built up onto Elsom. Ooh, misses the GC sidelight. Dummy getting bigger punishes.
Oh, gets off the top. The down air was dodged through by Elsom really well, but couldn't cover right below Elsom. as that recovery came out, back over to the guitars, and now we're seeing a huge lead, this time on the second stock, almost a full stock ahead. Goes for the ground pound and still gets another hit after that.
That's good damage. Ground pound, one of the highest damaging moves on the guitars. Back to the sword, though. Getting ready for the D-Light recovery, throwing out plenty of D-Lights. Dummy knows that he is only one good string away from getting Elsom into that kill percent and potential knockout.
Oh!
Nice spot for Elsom, and that's the stock. Dummy gonna 3-0 Elsom in the losers semifinal to continue on in the bracket. Elsom gonna go home with a 4th place finish.
Yep, that is definitely to be expected. Elsom can kind of hover around that like 5th and 3rd, sometimes coming in 4th as well. Definitely to be expected here. Has not won a tournament this year. His most often place is in that 3rd. He grabbed 2 3rd places this year in Winters and a community tournament, 1 4th, 1 5th, and 1 2nd. So he's going to sit right in that middle territory between kind of all of those placements, right in on that 4th.